Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Chapter 12, Section 3 of the picture of Dorian Gray.
As.
The picture of Dorian Gray. Oscar Wilde. Chapter 12, Section 3. Take care. Basil. I must speak. And you must listen. You shall listen. When you met Lady Gwendolen, not a breath of scandal had ever touched her. Is there a single decent woman in London now who would drive with her in the park? Well, even her children are not allowed to live with her. Then there are the stories that you have been seeing creeping at dawn out of dreadful houses and slinking in disguise into the foulest dens in London. Are they true? Can they be true? When I first heard them, I laughed. I hear them now, and they make me shudder. What about your country house and the life that is led there? Dorian, you don't know what is said about you. I will tell you that I don't want to preach to you. I remember Harry saying once that every man he turned himself into an amateur curate. For the moment always began by saying that, and then proceeded to break his word. I do want to preach to you. I want you to lead such a life as will make the world respect you. I want you to have a clean name and a fair record. I want you to get rid of the dreadful people you associate with. Don't shrug your shoulders like that. Don't be so indifferent. You have a wonderful influence. Let it be for good, not for evil. They say that you corrupt everyone with whom you become intimate, and that it is quite sufficient for you to enter a house for shame of. Some kind to follow after. I don't know whether it is so or not. How should I know? But it is said of you. I am told things that it seems impossible to doubt. Lord Gloucester was one of my greatest friends at Oxford. He showed me a letter that his wife had written to him when she was dying alone in her villa at Mentone. Your name was implicated in the most terrible confession I ever read. I told him that it was absurd that I knew thoroughly and that you were incapable of anything of the kind. Know you? I wonder, do I know you? Before I could answer that, to see my soul, muttered Dorian Gray, starting up from the sofa and turning almost white from fear. Yes, answered Holt gravely, and with deep toned sorrow in his voice. To see your soul. A bitter laugh of mockery broke from the lips of the younger man. You shall see it yourself. Tonight, he cried, seizing a lamp from the table. Come. It is your own handiwork. Why shouldn't you look at it? You can tell the world all about it afterwards. If you choose. Nobody would believe you. If they did believe you, they would like me all the better for it. I know the age better than you do, but you will prate about it so tediously. Come. I tell you, you have chattered enough about corruption. There was the madness of pride in every word uttered. He stamped his foot upon the ground in his boyish insolent manner. He felt a terrible joy at the thought that someone else was to share his secret, and that the man who had painted the portrait that was the origin of all. His shame was to be burdened for the rest of his life with the hideous memory of what he had done. Yes, he continued, coming closer to him and looking steadfastly into his stern eyes. I shall show you my soul. Hallwood started back. This is blasphemy. Dorian, he cried. You must not say things like that. They are horrible. You think so? He laughed again. I know so. As for what I said to you tonight, I said it for your good. Don't touch me. A twisted flash of pain shot across the painter's face. He paused for a moment, and a wild feeling of pity came over him. After all, what right had he to pry into the life of Dorian Gray? If he had done a tithe of what was rumored about him, how much he must have suffered. Then he straightened himself up and walked over to the fireplace and stood there, looking at the burning logs with their frosty ashes and their throbbing coals of flame. I am waiting, Basil, said the young man in a hard, clear voice. He turned round. What I have to say is this, he cried. You must give me some answer to these horrible charges that are made against you. If you tell me that they are absolutely untrue from beginning to end, I shall believe you. Deny them. Dorian. Deny them. Can't you see what I am going through? My God. Don't tell me that you are bad and corrupt. Dorian Gray smiled. There was a curl of contempt in his lips. Come upstairs. Basil, he said quietly. I keep a diary of my life from day to day, and it never leaves the room in which it is written. I shall come with you. Dorian, if you wish it. I see I have missed my train. That makes no matter. I can go tomorrow. But don't ask me to read anything tonight. That shall be given to you upstairs. I could not give it here. To be continued.